Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, namaste, Sat Sri Akal, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Assalamu Alaikum. I'm very confident all of you guys are thriving there in euphoria, and so am I. So let's start the video with a small chanting. So friends, I'm very positive of all your well-being. I'm very sure you guys are all thriving there in euphoria and it feels wonderful. It's an afternoon, warm afternoon. I'm recording here from India, and I wish you all love and light. And today we are talking about premature manifestations. It's a beautiful, wonderful subject I like because I have myself consistently experienced premature manifestations. It's just like premature birth of baby, right? The baby comes in physical form. We give birth to baby in 9 months is the process of the pregnancy period, delivery period. But there are some babies which comes in 7 months, which comes in 8 months, and that's the process. That's called premature delivery. So it in life we do, that's a premature manifestation of the delivery, right? It's the same thing. There are everything that we create, experiences. It's a baby of ours. It's an extension of ours. We create that experience for ourselves. We attract, we manifest that reality. So many of the experiences we create premature where we are not ready. How do I say we are not ready? It means we are not aware of its arrival. Sometimes we are not completely aware of its arrival and we receive it, and as we are not fully self-aware of how that it's coming, or I am ready, I'm prepared, or we know how to nurture it, how to nourish it, how to approach with it, how to grow with it, how to expand with it. So we mess it up, right? Like, I met my partner last year and I was completely not conscious and ready to meet my partner, and so as him. So we messed it up, in few weeks we messed it up. We messed the situation, we messed the process, and then we had to go through our spiritual journey to learn individually to how to approach connection, how to approach life, how to nurture the dynamic, how to nurture each other's consciousness, how to expand together as individuals and not have conditions or expectations or limitations or boundaries. That's not companionship is all about. Whatever dynamic, I'm giving you an example of my life experience. So there are so many things happens, even it an opportunity. There's so many projects I receive. Sometimes I'm not prepared completely. I'm not conscious that it's coming now, and I'm unaware that if I'm ready or not. But it comes because I'm in alignment. I'm in alignment with that vibration of the receptivity of that reality. But somehow I'm not conscious that it is arriving right now. And then sometimes, as we are not conscious and as we are not aware of how to approach, how to manage, how to handle, how to nurture it, we mess it up. Sometimes we mess it up. But that's no problem. It's all right, because we have spoken about it. When we mess it up, or where there is a conflict in our situation, we don't know, we are unclear, then only we seek for clarity. We seek for that awareness, that reality, the process, the learning part comes into play at that time. So then we become curious about to be aware of how to nurture this, how to handle it, how to grow with it, how to expand with it, how to evolve our consciousness so that we can elevate in the process of experiencing what we have already manifested. Usually we see that people who are more vulnerable, they manifest a lot of premature manifestations happens for them, because they are open to receive. They are more on receptive mode. They are not rigid. They are not living in resistance. They are open. They are vulnerable. They feel like they allow things to come because they are vulnerable, they are open, they don't have much of resistance, they are in alignment. Especially we see that with a lot of teenage people, you know, in 20s, in their 16, 17, 18 till 25, 28 or 30, people are more vulnerable that time because they have not experienced so much that they become completely rigid or closed, or that's the changing period for them. Teenage and early 20s, people are more vulnerable, more non-resistance, more receptive, more adventurous, more spontaneous, so they allow more, they are open more, so that they usually receive lot of premature manifestations. They attract that, they manifest that, and they are not ready for it, and they mess it up. That's why in 20s the experiences we gather becomes our wisdom in our 30s and 40s and going along, and then we expand our consciousness and we approach things with different perspective, and the results are different, the outcomes are different, the way we look at things are different, the process becomes more easier, more profound and more comfortable, right? And but somehow we forget to be more vulnerable, we become more closed, we shut ourselves because we carry the memories and we feel hurt, or we feel scared, or we feel anxious, or we feel uncomfortable being open, being out there, being transparent, allowing or receiving, allowing to receive, or allowing people to let into our space, our physical, mental, emotional space. So that balance we got to learn to be, as I had spoken in one video, to be balanced between innocence and intelligence, where we have that innocence, we are more receptive, more vulnerable, more allowing, and our intelligence is when we are in tapping to our innocence, our intelligence works profoundly. We don't become rigid or resistant, but we allow things mindfully, we create things mindfully, we nurture things mindfully, and we enjoy the process. We let things go in flow and take life as it comes and enjoy the experience, celebrate existence. So what I'm talking here is premature manifestations happens with us, and in all ages. Mostly it happens with teenage groups because they're more vulnerable and on receptive mode. But yes, when an aligned, an open and a highly vibrational expanded consciousness who is in alignment, who is open, who is vulnerable, who is in receptive mode, they usually receive in any age. If we have aligned ourselves, if we are in self-awareness, we are living in expanded consciousness, we don't mess it up anymore when we receive premature manifestations, when the premature outcomes comes to us, like like a baby coming in 7th month, but you are self-aware, you have the awareness of how to nurture it. If you are in alignment, you are in balance, you are not in mode of panicking or reactive mode, then you approach the situation just like a normal and a conscious and a balanced and a grounded human being, and then you don't mess it up, or don't react to it. If you don't know, you learn, you take the process as one day as it comes, right? So similarly in life, we in day-to-day life, there's so many things we receive, like premature. Sometimes I have seen even becoming pregnant, a lot of in my cousins, or even getting married, or even students, and they want to pursue some higher studies, or their family are encouraging them to pursue higher studies, and they are not ready for it, but they give the exams anyway. And sometimes because they are in alignment and they have given their best to the situation, and they receive the result which is positive, and then they are not ready and they don't know how to take it forward, and then they just go ahead, and then they mess it up. Mostly I have seen in engineering students, right? And they just go give exams because their parents want them to study this, that, engineering or whatever, and then do it, and then they go and they are not ready for it. But they've given their best, they have focused on getting the positive outcome, they have been in alignment. Mostly that age, kids, teenagers, most of people are vulnerable, they are open to receive. Even if they are not ready, their belief is not so resistance or rigid, that I'll not, because that age is growing age. So they feel, yeah, we'll get it through, and they don't care too much, they don't stress about it, and they receive it.